Welcome dear students to continue the chapter solid state. In the previous class we took the information about solids classified into two types based on the arrangement of particles, mode of arrangement of particles into systematic arrangement, regular pattern and irregular pattern. Regular pattern leads to definite shape to the crystal, that is called crystalline solid, and irregular arrangement of the particle leads to no shape to the crystal, that is known as amorphous solid, MRP, and shapeless. That is the information. And now we are going to take classification of crystalline solids. How is it classified? How is the classification going on? Classification every time is based on a particular point here. Nature of the particles and type of the forces operating among the particles. What type of forces are operating among the particles make the crystals into different types. So that is based on type of intermolecular forces. Intermolecular forces or interparticle forces. Each one is known as particle, that is intermolecular forces. These are classified into how many types? One by one, with the example, we have to recall and go to titles. As you are familiar with water that is existed at room temperature in liquid state. If you slow down the temperature or decrease the temperature and applying pressure, what happens? So water molecules are very closer, and each lattice point is like this, or your positions in the classroom. Each bench, two students you are occupying in the classroom, like that. Each particular lattice point is occupied by a molecule. Such type of crystalline solids are known as molecular solids. Right. Next, if you take sodium chloride table salt, what happened? Molecular solids. This you are seen in the previous case, in case of solid water, that is ice. Next, if you take same table salt, what are present at each lattice point? Na plus ions attracted by Cl minus attracted by Na plus. It is going on repeatedly in a three-dimensional way. And here what are present? Ions are present. So they are known as ionic solids. Now come to your experience with different materials like silicon carbide, carborundum, diamond, graphite. These are all solids existed in the nature with a systematic arrangement of the particles, and that class is known as what are occupying. They are held by a forces that is known as covalent solids. And lastly, you are experienced with different metals in our daily life, and the metals with which bond? Nothing but metallic bond, and they are known as metallic solids. Each lattice point, what is lattice point? To indicate the position of the particle in the solid. Just like your position in the final examination hall, your position is fixed, that will be displayed in the entrance, at the entrance in a particular manner. So second floor, your number is available, and in the second floor, so and so third room is available, like that. In the third room, your seat is fixed. So like that, that is known as the position of the particle in the three-dimensional observation is called lattice point. So the lattice point occupied by which one? As molecules are occupying the lattice point. Here what are occupying? Anion and cation are occupying. So ions are occupying here, and here what are occupying? In diamond, what are present? Carbon atom is tetrahedrally attached by 4 other carbon atoms. Carbon atom is attached by 4 other carbon atoms. This carbon is attached by 3 other. Already 4th one is here, and this is attached by 3 other carbon atoms, and so on. It is repeating in a 3 three-dimensional way, and what are present at each side? Either ions or molecules. Neither ions nor molecules, but these are atoms. So here, what are located at each lattice point? Atoms are located. Now come to metallic solids. What is observed metallic solids? Yes, what is observed in metallic solids? Take sodium metal. The tendency of metal is to lose an electron or more electrons. So Na becomes Na plus and electron. This electron is moving throughout the crystal, so that is known as delocalized electron. Delocalized means it is not considered to a particular metal ion. It is the property of any one of the ions, that is called delocalized ion, electron, and this is a Na plus, and it has inertial electrons and nucleus, that is known as metal kernel. As what are present at each lattice point, electron is not at fixed position, it is roaming entire crystal. So therefore, metal ions, nothing but kernels. What is kernel? The combination of inertial electrons and nucleus is called kernel. Metal ions in sea of delocalized electrons. So electrons are not having any position in the metallic solids. Only metal ions are present at each lattice point. What are the forces operating? Yes, next point is forces operating. As if you take a H2O ice, H2O in the form of ice, how is it attracted? HOH. As what is your knowledge from first year topic? Yes, these are held by weaker electrostatic forces known as hydrogen bonding. So here the type of forces are not fixed based on the nature of a solid. We have different names here. The forces in this type of H2O is hydrogen bonding. Hydrogen bonding are available in case of ammonia as a solid, water as a solid. Ammonia as a solid. What are present among ammonia molecules? Hydrogen bonding. Among water molecules in the form of ice, what is the force operating? The forces are hydrogen bonding. Next one is, if you take argon is a gas, lazy fellow. This is argon is first unreacted portion from the atmospheric air identified after removing N2 and O2. Then they observed some unreacted portion, chemically inactive portion, that is titled as argon lazy. This is a gas. By reducing temperature and applying more pressure, what happened? It is in solid state. So one argon atom is dashed by another argon atom. What are the forces operating? The forces operating among argon atoms is nothing but London forces or Van der Waals forces. London forces. Argon solid, CCl4 solid, as it is a non-polar molecule. CCl4 dipole moment you studied in the first year is non-polar. Next one. If you take a HCl, what is observed in the first year? As due to difference in electronegativity between hydrogen and chlorine, as partial positive charge on hydrogen being less electronegative and partial negative charge on, as it is a dash molecule, polar covalent molecule, and CCl4 is non-polar covalent molecule. HCl is generally a gas that is converted to liquid, finally into solid state. That HCl solid held by another HCl in what manner? Two charges are present in the molecule, that is called dipole, and one dipole is attracted by another dipole. The type of interactions are known as dipole interactions. Dipole interactions. molecular solids, what are the forces operating means? Based on the example, you have to answer in a different way. That is, if you observe water molecules in the form of ice, hydrogen bonding is a force. If you take a carbon tetrafluoride solid, that is, or dry ice, solid carbon dioxide, it is also non-polar covalent molecule. Dipole moment is 0. C double bond O and C double bond O. Dipole moment is, net dipole moment is 0 due to two dipole bond moments arranged in opposite direction, exactly equal in magnitude, opposite in direction. Hence, dipole moment, net dipole moment is equal to 0. So, such covalent compound is polar, non-polar covalent compound. So, this is an example. Then, the third type is dipole-dipole interactions. If you take sulfur dioxide as a gas, this sulfur dioxide now converted to solid, HCl into solid. In these solids, the type of forces operating. As this is taken as objective versus matching. H2O solid, argon solid, HCl solid. Other side, hydrogen bonding, London forces, dipole-dipole interactions on other side. And we are able to match the following in a comfortable way. So what I finished, dear students, I finished about molecular solids and the forces operating among the particles. Now come to ionic solids, as Na plus ion is attracted by Cl minus ions in a three-dimensional way. The type of forces already you studied in the first year. Coulombic forces are electrostatic forces of attraction. Electrostatic forces are Coulombic forces. I hope you follow this one. Now come to covalent solids. Already in the title information is available and easily taken by the student. Which bond is operating among the atoms? Yes, covalent bond is operating. Covalent bond. Here, metal ion possesses which charge in case of metallic solids? Metal ion possesses positive charge that is attracted by delocalized electron. Electron is a negative charge. Therefore, positive, negative, what are the forces? Same story you have to write, that is electrostatic forces between metal ion and electron. Metal ion and mobile or delocalized electron. Delocalized electron. Okay, what I finished, dear students? I finished the type of forces, type of intermolecular forces operating in the different solids among the particles in different solids. The type of forces operating among the particles in different solids, based on that different names are associated. Hydrogen bonding, London forces or dipole-dipole interactions present, they are molecular solids. Electrostatic forces between anion and cation is ionic solids. Covalent bond is present among atoms is covalent solids. Between a metal ion and mobile electron or delocalized electron, the electrostatic forces observed is known as metallic solids. Now observe other properties. Yes, after having these points, what is the nature of this solid? How is this one? Ice. And here London forces argon. Here dipole-dipole interactions is HCl. How is the solid? Soft or hard? Yes, it is very soft solid. The solid is very soft. What about rock salt NaCl? Very hard and brittle. Hard and brittle. Why? Because there is no chance of beaten into sheets and molded into wires. So that's why it is brittle. And here, how is this one? Carborundum, silicon carbide, hardest material, diamond. These are all hard, but graphite, if you take it, that is soft. Very few covalent solids are soft, whereas others are hard. As soft in case of graphite, a special one. Exception of a few materials, remaining all are hard materials due to strong covalent bond operating among the particles. That's why they are very hard. Now come to metallic solids, they are moderate hard. Okay. Some are soft like sodium metal, lithium metal, potassium, and they can beaten into sheets. Beaten into sheets is known as malleable. This is very striking point. Malleable studied in the first year. Drawn into wires, copper wire, aluminium wire. This is so that is known as ductility. They are ductile. Yes. After this nature of solid, now come to melting points. How is the melting point of water? Ice. That is very low. Low melting points. Here, high melting points. And here, diamond and graphite, very high melting points. Very high melting points. Why? Strong bonds are there. Here also strong bonds are there, not that much when compared to covalent bonds, and many are there. Three-dimensionally as network solids are there. So here, how is the melting point? Melting point of sodium is very less. Melting point of iron, tungsten, very high. So it is fairly high. Fairly high melting point is shown by metallic solids because the bond is not that much strong when compared to covalent bond. In both cases, electrostatic forces word is used, but here the electrostatic force between anion and cation is very strong. Between a metal ion and a mobile electron is less strong or weaker. That's why fairly high melting points is observed by this one. As which kind of solid is ready to exhibit conduct electricity? That is very important. Yes, no chance by molecular solids, so they are insulators. Do not conduct electricity, insulators. And what about solid NaCl? Solid NaCl, Na plus and Cl minus ions are at fixed positions, so it is a bad conductor in solid state. Bad conductor as a solids. Conductor in solid state. Okay, the solid is taken, that is a sodium chloride, that is heated. Then what happened? During heating, the present condition is known as molten. In molten state, these anions and cations are start moving. So, due to motion of the ions, oppositely charged ions, conductance is observed. So, good conductors in these same materials are good conductors in which state? Good conductors in molten state or fused state. Molten or fused state. Yes, come here. What about covalent solids? Except graphite, remaining all are held by strong forces. There is no chance of conducting electricity. These are insulators. Exception. Insulators. Exception is graphite. But graphite is good conductor. Graphite is a conductor. Exceptional covalent solid. Otherwise remaining all are insulators. Now come here. Metals are very good conductors of heat and electricity. You studied in lower classes also. So therefore, these are good conductors in solid state. What is the reason? The reason is here mobile electrons, delocalized electrons is there. This is a delocalized electrons. Very important. The electron is moving. Even the class is going on, some students, very few students are want to move from one bench to another bench. Like that here the electron is moving throughout the crystal, and due to motion of electron, these are good conductors. In which state? Solid state. Good conductors in solid state as well as solid good conductors in solid state and molten state. Solid and molten states. Okay, these are the properties in front of you to describe The differences among molecular solids, ionic solids, covalent solids and metallic solids. Here are some in-text questions to answer. Yes, I need a question. Classify the following solids based on the nature of intermolecular forces. Yes, they are. Classify the crystalline solids on the basis of forces. Which forces? Interparticle forces. Potassium sulfate. I am not writing the words. Potassium sulfate, tin, Sn, benzene, urea, ammonia, water nothing but ice. Ruby, graphite, zinc sulfide, graphite, rubidium, argon, silicon carbide. Yes, that is nothing but carbonundum. Silicon carbide is nothing but carbonundum. Now let us have the answer. That is, yes, what are those? Some are molecular solids. Some are ionic solids, some are covalent solids, some are metallic solids. Yes, what are those? Let us take one by one. Potassium sulfate. Potassium ions are electrostatically attracted by sulfate ions. So, potassium sulfate is ionic solid. Tin is a metal. Carbon tin as carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. You studied in the first year as 14 group elements. Therefore, that is tin is metallic solid. Next, benzene. Benzene is a liquid that is converted to solid. One benzene nonpolar attracted by another nonpolar. Nonpolar attractions is molecular solid. Next, urea. Urea also CONH2. Urea is classified as yes. What are the bonds in urea? C double bond O, NH2 and NH2. Covalent bonds are here happen, so it is a covalent solid. Urea, covalent solid. Yes. Ammonia. Ammonia is attracted by another ammonia with the hydrogen bonds, that is molecular solid. Next, ice is also molecular solid. Then zinc sulfide. Zinc ions attracted by sulfide ions, ionic solid. Next, graphite. Carbon atoms are held by covalent bonds. It is a covalent solid. Next, rubidium is a metal attracted metal ions by electrons, mobile electrons, rubidium. Next, argon is noble gas and weak van der Waals forces operating among argon atoms. So, argon is molecular solid. Next, silicon carbide is hardest material, second hardest material in the nature. Due to covalent bonds, it is a covalent solid. So this is the answer regarding the question. Another question you have to take, that is solid A is solid A. A story is here given. Solid A is very hot. It is very hot. Okay. Electrical insulator in which state? Insulator in solid state. Okay, but good conductor in molten state. Good conductor in molten state at at extreme high temperatures. At extreme high temperatures, what is the type of solid? What is the type of solid? Observe what is studied by you. Yes, which type of solid is good conductor? Metallic solid is good conductor and ionic solid. But ionic solid is bad conductor in solid state and good conductor in molten state. Whereas metallic solid is good conductor in both solid state as well as molten state. So answer is ionic solid. Ionic solid. This is your answer. Next question we shall move to this. In this case, which type of solids are electrical conductors, malleable and ductile? Electrical conductors, as what is the information? The material is electrical conductor. That material is malleable and ductile. So, the type of solid is, answer is metallic solid. So that is an end of different types of crystalline solids into molecular solid, ionic solid, covalent solid and metallic solid.